When participating in water-related activities, all children should be supervised by an adult. Always remember that a child can drown in water as shallow as 1 inch deep and in common areas like bathtubs and toilets. Any amount of water that covers the mouth and nose can be life-threatening. Oh, good job. Getting there. I'm Louie. I train lifeguards and swim instructors for the American Red Cross. I teach that water readiness is one of the key components of drowning prevention. Since my little daughter Addie was born, I've been using all of my skills as a professional to make sure that she is water ready. I'm kind of excited about this one because just last night, my wife told me that while she was giving Addie a bath in the small tub, Addie put her face in the water and started doing some aggressive bubbles by herself. Now, she just turned 8 months of age, so that's a pretty big deal for us. Blowing bubbles is simply letting the air out of your mouth underwater. Some at-home activities I did to get my daughter there, I started out by blowing air in her face, and then I transitioned to blowing bubbles to show her how it all works. She feels the air coming out of my mouth, and then she can see the action when I put my face in the water. Now you can do things like taking a cup of water and bringing it to your mouth to show her how the bubbles work, and then you can take the cup and bring it to her mouth and let her try it. This makes Addie laugh pretty hard. Our bathtub is a bit small, so it's difficult for me to do bubbles in the bath, but I try and make it work anyway. Blowing bubbles is the first solid step to being water safe. Many parents freak out about babies potentially taking breaths of water and damaging their ability to breathe. That is a real fear and can lead to real harm, so that fear really is a good fear to have. Teaching a child to blow bubbles is comforting, and it's a good step to relieving some of that fear. Exhaling underwater is the beginning of breath control in the water, and it's when a child starts to learn and understand that breathing in while the face is in the water is not a good thing. Try not to think of blowing bubbles as an isolated skill, but rather a byproduct of a child being so comfortable in the water environment that they start exploring what happens with these bubble things. Keep in mind that teaching your child how to blow bubbles is to celebrate the progression and process more than the individual action. You really have a 50-50 chance of dunking a child who doesn't know what's going on at all and getting some bubbles out of them. When working for bubbles, the goal should be the child doing the bubbles on their own. Here are some easy steps to get your child there. Develop your cues to signal them if you're going underwater or if you're starting the bubbles. And remember that your child is looking at your face's reaction as much as you are looking at theirs. So don't freak out if they start coughing. You'll be sending a very bad message. And remember to keep the journey fun for both you and your baby. Practice and patience. And they'll be swimming in no time. Your turn. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section below. Smart Aquatics was created to make the knowledge of water safety accessible to everyone. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest videos. Don't forget to share. You could help us get the word out about safety and water readiness.